Welcome to PopTake, your hot take on music, pop culture, and life. I'm Hugo Philippe,
I'm Michael Mello.
and we are back for another week. So there's a lot to talk about today. Not so much new music, but we do have JoJo Siwa. We've got your new favorite, Ashnia.
Yeah, very fun song that I want to deep dive into.
We'll dive into that. You went to the Katy Perry concert.
Katy Perry was so good. We got to talk about it.
And we went to Osheaga, but there was also lots of talk about Lollapalooza, so we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But let's start with, I want to start with Katy Perry because I'm sad that I missed that.
Yes.
I did get a bit of FOMO. What was your overall review of the concert?
I think Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour was probably the top 5 best concerts I've ever been to. And I've been to like Cowboy
statement.
Carter. I've been to the Eras tour. Like, I'm really putting a statement out there that
Which is better than both of those?
No, I said it's in my top 5.
Okay,
I would also
you won't give the ranking.
No, I wouldn't give the ranking. I would also put those two, like
in your
Eras
top
tour
5.
and Cowboy Carter, in those, and probably like Bruno Mars also up there.
Okay.
I just think, like, maybe because Twitter was bashing on it so much, I went with like very low expectations.
Yeah, Twitter was hating.
Yeah, and I saw Katy Perry in Vegas, and it was a super fun show. But the Lifetimes tour, the way she built the stage, it didn't matter if you were in the 300s, the 100s, on the floor.
Everyone see you.
She made sure that every moment you would have a close moment with Katy Perry, and she would fly at certain moments, get closer to people. She had really sweet audience interactions.
I saw she brought someone on stage, like the hamburger guy. I don't know if that was your night.
Yeah, the hamburger guy, pylon girl, and just like she then was looking for this little boy in the audience. She's like, "There's a little boy who like designs clothes from TikTok," and like it was very wholesome. And I do feel like the internet really shits on Katy Perry, and the show I went to, I just was like, this is just a campy woman who like knows herself so well and like is having fun, is like, poking fun at the fact that people are poking fun at her.
Right.
And like, I love to see it. I think it was so well done. Production was well. She knew which songs to play. She knew how to interact with the audience. She made sure, again, like the other thing that I really loved about this concert was there was a storyline. So basically, it was like you were in a video game and you were like Katy Perry's like character was recruited to like save the planet from this like artificial thing. Yeah. And it was cool. I was like, oh, this feels like there's not a lot of concerts where there's like a storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it really played into like each of her songs and was really like well done.
Okay.
And yeah, I just think like the internet needs to stop shitting on Katy Perry because it's fine to be campy. I think we've gotten to this generation where I think people like for making effort or being like silly and like funny, people find it cringy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Katy Perry has always had that factor, which I think is fine. It played into her music. Like Teenage Dream was very campy.
Yeah.
Like everything has always been that way. I think obviously this album and Women's World had a lot of negative stuff about it. And I think it sort of like tainted the overall tour.
But can I make a controversial take?
Kind of sucks, but what is your pop take? Hot takes? What is it?
Women's World live actually really hit strong.
Okay. Well, I can't.
The whole stadia or arena I was in were screaming those words, and it was. I think like looking back at it, because I was listening to the set list at the gym after the concert, and I was like, this actually isn't that bad a song. I think we just had like really high expectations. But when you
think that as well.
Yeah, but when you remember Katy Perry music, like it is campy.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone has ever. Okay, like Woman's World was not a top tier Katy Perry song in my opinion, regardless of that.
Yeah.
But I think that was also like, it was supposed to be a comeback. There was the Dr. Luke stuff. Like there were so many things that like played into that song.
Yeah.
I think it was just like wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean? Especially like there's so many better songs on that album.
Yeah, oh for sure. And I think Crush could have been a good one, or just starting with Lifetimes. And like I think there definitely could have been different things with the 143. But looking back, I don't think Woman's World is the worst Katy Perry song I've ever heard.
It's not.
I think it is fun and campy, and like the chorus. But I also will say like two critiques of the show, and I loved the Lifetimes tour. One was never really over, should have been on the set list. And
Oh, is it not?
It's not.
Was
And
that not a like lead album single?
Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
was so good. Justice for that whole Smile album. Like, I think Smile was such a good album, and I
Smile's
think
a
it
great
would have been her
album.
comeback album if she obviously wasn't pregnant and like
Right.
then couldn't.
I think
and
it was
we were in the
pregnant and
pandemic.
COVID too, right?
Yeah. I can't. Like, I ran to that album a lot in the pandemic. And I think like it would have been a really good comeback album because it was campy and had the circus theme. And if
Right.
she could tour that, I mean, obviously she did the Vegas show, but that was like my one critique. The other critique, while it did play into the artificial world and like all that stuff, she had all male dancers, which was cool because like they did artificial and like they did a lot of like acrobats
Right,
and stuff.
right.
But I think for Women's World, it would have been cool to have like an all
A
female
stage,
dance.
yeah, like women. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I think like from what I've seen, it looks like a full production,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not been to a lot of shows that have that full level of
Yeah.
production. Like I think when I went to see Renaissance, like that had a large
Yes.
level of production, obviously, but I haven't been to too many that I would compare that to. So I think I was getting that FOMO of like just seeing like how much set design there was, and
Yeah.
like her on the harness, like flying around the stage and
Yeah.
like jumping off people's backs, and I'm like, yo, this is sick. Like this is like a full production. Like I think that's what was drawing me to it.
I felt like I was at her Vegas show, but like
Yeah,
10
it
times
kind of
better.
gave me that too, because the Vegas show was like had so much going on. Right?
Yeah, but the thing about the Vegas show, like again, I loved the Vegas show, but it was all stuck on the stage. Where this one like
Came to the audience. Yeah,
audience, like
yeah.
because her Vegas show, I was broke. I literally was like the last row in the back, whereas like this one I was in the 100s, but still like it didn't matter where you were because she would fly out to every corner and made sure that infinity stage, like everyone got a moment with her. And the other thing I do respect about the Lifetimes tour is Katie was super cognizant about the people she picked in the audience. They were all in like different sections and they weren't people on the floor.
Yeah,
Like,
because I
she-
saw the hamburger guy, and she's like, "There's a guy up
at the
there."
very,
and he was
yeah,
like, and I was
very
like,
far.
How did you see that?
Yeah,
I
so
saw
I
the
think
video.
that was really, I really appreciate that because it would have been so easy to pick someone who was on the
He was
floor.
like, yeah, like right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
No, totally.
So
Yeah, I honestly like I get a little bit of FOMO with this one, but I feel like there's still opportunity. Maybe I'll see her somewhere else.
I mean, we met her.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, when we met her, she was super nice and
She was-
sweet.
yeah.
I
was great.
really hope this next album, because we're getting a divorce album. And she did poke fun at the divorce, actually, which I thought was so,
like
like,
pair of her.
yeah, because, like, why didn't, like,
Yeah.
why, like, pretend
Did
the
she
elephant's
acknowledge
not in the
Trudeau
room?
at all or any of that
She
stuff?
actually made a joke where she's like, Toronto, I have a second date with, or Canada, I have a second date with you tomorrow. And she like winked. And I was like, obviously because she had a second show, but I think she was also
Right.
poking fun at like,
Like the
a
Trudeau
second
thing.
date.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So Trudeau was not at either show in Toronto. But my hope for Katy Perry is that like this next album, like divorce album, is going to be her proper comeback. And this was just kind of like
A little blip in the.
yeah. Because
We'll forget about it in like,
well,
5
people
years.
also dislike Witness. And now looking back,
Witness is great.
Witness
a
is
solid
really
album.
good.
Yeah, but again, that was also like on the heels of COVID, right? Like, but I think Witness
no,
was like
Witness
right
is not
before?
COVID. No. Witness was like 2017. Yeah.
I love Witness. I think it's one of
Yeah.
her best albums. But
20, yeah, it was 2017 because I remember Bon Appetit came out in
yo,
2017.
you are right. It was definitely not. Yes, it is 2017. Wow, you got the year correct. There we go.
know.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was saying, I actually remember, you want to know why? Because I also remember when Swish Swish came out, I was an intern at the Cannes Film Festival in France.
Okay.
And I went for a run to listen to it. And I was confused on the first listen because I didn't like Swish Swish right away, but I just
Okay.
like pinpoint that to like 2017 and all that stuff.
Got
And then
it.
I would remember like posting like, because I did love Bon Appetit. That was my favorite single. And I just posted
Those
me in
just-
France with Bon Appetit, baby.
Got it. It just
Yeah.
unlocks core memories. Those
Yeah.
two.
Unfor-
Speaking of something I don't know anything about, let's talk about your girls, Ashnia, who have a song out. So these are TikTok girlies that got together.
Yeah, so Ash Nia is like the combination of like Ashley and Nia, I think. That like the two girls
Okay,
that go in the
yep.
mall and they impersonate Nicki Minaj
Charlie
and Charlie XCX.
XCX. Okay, yeah.
So like I've just been a casual fan of them. I think they're both very funny. But they like posted this song where they're like, we decided to take matters into our own hands and like make the song in the summer. And I was like, wait, this kind of slaps. And I clicked on the sound and I was like, wait, this doesn't have like a lot of like plays or whatever. So I was like, I think this is like a legit song. So I went on Spotify and looked at it, and their group name is Ashnia, which makes sense because their names. And it slaps. I think I'm adding it as like my top 5 songs of the summer right now because let me finish my point.
No, yeah, finish your point.
It feels like that, like a Mary-Kate and Ashley New York Minute song, like very early 2000s, like on the cusp of starting 2010s, like you're in a rom-com kind of adventure movie.
Yeah.
And I think they studied everything they learned from like impersonating Britney.
They definitely did.
Yeah, I think I like it.
It's okay.
No notes.
I'm laughing at myself because like this is the one time you bring like a unknown pop girly to the stage, and I'm just like, I don't like it. But okay, here's my thing. The song itself isn't bad. It's a little bit corny in parts, especially in the chorus area. But I think I'm just like, I like when people have these like TikTok accounts and online personalities where like impersonate artists or write, you know, in the style of artists and stuff. But I just like, the song is just so like, it's a bit of Starships, it's a bit of Britney vocals, it's a bit of, do you know what I mean? Like there's like a bit of everything.
The good stuff.
Every bar you can pinpoint like where the inspo came from, and it just feels a little too like parody for me still. Where like I want to hear what like they do. Do I hate it? No, but it is still just giving a little bit like if they started this with like, this is what it would sound like if Britney Spears, if we did a song that was like Britney and Nicki, like, yeah, it would. Like, that's what it would sound like.
Yeah, but I
like,
think it's just good. Like,
I just want them, I feel like they're so talented that I want to hear like their own sound. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm like, if you're known for something, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah,
you know, like,
I
think they're doing
known for being like an impersonator. Like,
well, if we're not getting new Britney music, why not? Also,
Okay,
you're talking about corny is like you love a like Starfucker, like that's as if that's like
not
a
corny
genuine lyric.
Starfucker is the last furthest thing away from.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't think that's a corny name?
No, not at all.
Okay, well.
And also, like, if we want to talk about that, when Slater, no, I'll give you a perfect example. When Slater first came out, there were so many people, and there's just so many through lines of like Britney Spears' daughter. You know what I mean? Like, of just styling, music, everything. But she very quickly found her own sound and found her own niche. And like, you listen to Slater now, and like, there is Britney isms, but it's not like a Britney Spears copycat music. Not that I think the original music was, but damn, like if you told me the original music was all demos pitched to Britney, I would have believed you. Like that first album is so like bubblegum pop, but I mean, guess technically the mixtape. But she like found her own sound, and I think that's what artists that sort of start in those lanes need to do. Is like they need to.
No, what's like I don't know why in my mind, but sometimes I confuse Slater and Fletcher, which I know
you do because remember when I asked you if you wanted to go to Fletcher, and you were like, it's okay, and then you realized that it wasn't Slater?
No, yeah, I just like I feel like those two. Maybe it's because I know you like both of them, so I just like confuse them as like two blonde women. Are they both blonde even? I don't even know.
Slater just has different hairstyles, so I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
I don't think Fletcher's ever been blonde. They're both from LA and they're both girls, so maybe that's just what it is.
Yeah. But like, the funny thing is, like, my favorite Fletcher song is Healing, but it's because I heard the Shawn
Mendes and Camila
Cabello leak first, and I was like, this is a great song, but obviously, if I want to hear it on Spotify, Healing.
No, but that was from Love Simon.
It's the album when she's like holding her, like, she's like, it's purple.
But I think it's from
album.
Love Simon
is
soundtrack.
I don't think it's from the Love Simon soundtrack. I don't think that's correct.
It's not on an album.
It is. It's like the cover art is her in glitter, and she's like that purple cover, or showing her.
Is it from? It's not from Girl in My Dreams.
No, like I don't. Well, that's the album cover on Spotify. She's like purpley and like showing.
That would be
her
Girl
body.
In My Dreams.
Well, that's what's on Spotify. That's what shows up.
Healing's just a single, babe.
No, I'm pulling up on Spotify.
On Apple Music, you're talking about this Girl in My Dreams.
Here, I'm gonna show you.
Imagine coming for me and talking about one of my girls that you don't even remember what she is and not knowing what album.
Look, the cover is this. Is this not?
Yeah, it's not on that album. Look.
Okay, show the camera.
I can see that's the Girl in My Dreams album artwork on Spotify, but it's actually like, this is the album. It's actually not on the album. Okay, can you click on that and like it shows you what album it's a part of? How does Spotify work?
It just says, I don't know. This is the song.
I don't know.
Anyways, but I'm just, for the record, it is here, and
maybe it's on the deluxe of Girl in My Dreams, but it is definitely not on the actual album.
Oh, but you know what? Apparently she co-wrote it. So I don't know if she like sold it to Shawn Mendes, and it's on the deluxe edition of Girl of My Dreams.
Well, there we go.
So there you go. Well,
she added that in.
We're both right.
Well, yeah, it's just She did something, I don't listen to the deluxe, and I hate when people do this, but she reordered the track listing on the deluxe, like completely reordered it.
I don't like that.
And so I just like don't listen to it because I'm so used to listening to the album in like a
Yeah.
specific order. Like one of the end songs on the regular album is like one of the first songs on the deluxe.
Oh.
And so I just like, it throws me off so much hearing it start like that. So I just, I pretend that doesn't happen.
Can I mention something though?
You can mention something. This is a co-hosted podcast.
Rebecca Black as the opener of the Lifetimes tour was actually 10 out of 10.
I didn't bring it up because that was actually my biggest FOMO.
I know you had
Rebecca
FOMO of
Black.
that. And like Salvation, so good.
Yeah, great album.
I really not only did she compose herself really well, she was entertaining. She spoke very highly about Katy Perry. She spoke about her experiences. Like, I think it was just, I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, I mean, like, Katy Perry was probably one of the first people to, like, take Rebecca Black and be like, we're going to dive into this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, like, obviously Friday was such a, a big hit moment for Rebecca, but, like, I think the, TGIF bringing her into the music video and actually, like, showing a different side of Rebecca was probably, like, one of the first times anyone in pop culture did that.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't like mocking her or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was like very campy.
Yeah, I think,
which is Katy Perry.
and I think that like them coming together full circle for this is like
really beautiful. I think. Yeah, and I also one thing I didn't know about Rebecca Black is like she's my age. She said on stage, I was like, whoa,
because like she was so young when Friday happened.
Yeah, and I remember being like, oh my god, this young girl. I'm like, oh no, we were the same age.
Yeah, but like we bullied a child when Friday happened.
And I was like, oh my god, I was like your age. Like, I would not have handled that well.
No, not at all. I mean, she did because like she came out making stellar music.
Yeah, so. I actually really loved, and I missed a little bit of because they opened the gates later, so I think I missed like the first part of her set. But I don't know if she performed this or not. But I love the song "Girlfriend" when she like came out.
Yes, good song. I don't know if she would have performed it. I feel like she's really in her like party girl era right now.
Which I get, but I feel like Girlfriend would have really hit for the Katy Perry audience.
I also do agree.
Yeah. But it was a great set. 10 out of 10 to Rebecca.
You know what would not have hit with the Katy Perry audience? Or maybe the new JoJo Siwa. So JoJo Siwa has a new song called Raspy. And she talks about the Betty Davis eyes moment already in it. She also compares herself to Eminem.
I think she also dream guessed on my podcast is a lyric in the song.
Yeah, I saw that and she was wearing a hoodie. What is that? Is that like a...
Because do you know the viral meme of like her in the interview where someone's like, who'd be the dream guest on your podcast? And she's like, dream guest on my podcast.
Oh,
let's spice things up a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe one of my exes.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
It is kind of iconic to reference so many of your iconic moments, though, I will say.
Yeah, it is. And also just like the fact that she can poke fun of herself and like the Betty Davis eyes thing she can poke fun of, but I'm just like, maybe like don't compare yourself to Eminem. Also, there's a lot of drama in the comments because apparently like the song, and I did listen, there's this YouTuber / musician, I might butcher his name, but Mad Sai, it's like TSAI or TSIA something, but he dropped a song called Bite like a month ago, and like instrumentally, even just like the lyrical flow, all of it is so similar to this JoJo Siwa song. And she obviously couldn't have written this a while ago because it references like all these like newer things that have happened recently to her. So people are like, did she copy this? Like she couldn't have written like the Betty Davis eyes and the podcasting have all happened in the past month, right? So like
no, they didn't. The podcasting has been around for like a year.
Okay, but the Betty Davis eyes cover
but
was
she
like,
knew she was gonna drop the song Betty Davis. Like,
but like the lyrics are about like people making fun of her voice in that song and how she sounds in that song. So it's like,
but maybe she just was aware. I don't know. I still feel like you can make a song in a month.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this has happened to her before, so now it's like with the whole like choose your fighter thing, right? So I just like. I don't know. Anyways.
But do I put it on her? No, I put it on her team, I think. You know?
I think there's a little bit of both. I think we've given her a lot of passes, so I'm just curious where this is going to go. I don't know if this is going to be another little, like, JoJo Siwa viral moment, and maybe it is.
I don't know.
But either way, I don't know how I feel about it. She, like, always is back on our radar, even though don't really want her to be.
And Rita Ora is not opening for
And
her.
Rita Ora is not opening for her, which is a whole other thing because we talked about it.
Yeah.
And it's not real. So,
But you know what I still find so interesting? And this has been on Twitter. Zara Larsson opening for Tate McRae. While I think this is great promo for Zara, I'm
Right.
loving Twitter being like, whoa, Zara Larsson should be headlining her own tour. 100%.
yeah, I do agree. I think the thing was like we went to see her and we went to see her at Phoenix, and Phoenix is a really small venue.
Yeah.
And like I think Zara Larsson is an easy history.
Yeah.
Which is like our like mid-tier venue. Like a lot of like Fletcher, Slater, Flo, Maren Morris, like those artists, I would say medium size, like to going to bigger. Like they all played history. And I think Zara Larsson could have done that.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of those artists even sometimes play history 2 nights in a row because they can fill it out.
Enough, yeah. Demi Lovato did history last time she was here, actually.
Who did?
Demi Lovato, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah,
like you definitely could do.
Feels so small for Demi.
Yeah, I think she wanted to do an intimate.
Yeah, I think Toronto suffers from this thing where like we were looking at this because KATSEYE is playing at like the Great Canadian Casino, and so like Toronto suffers from this thing where like our venues are like 2,500, 3,000, 3,500. 5,000 and then jumps to like 50. Do you know what I mean? Like, so artists are kind of like, who don't want to play like the big arenas and stadiums also have to play like these really small venues that like sell out really quickly or do 2 nights because we don't have venues that are like the 10 and 15,000 mark. Like we have that Coca-Cola Coliseum, which I think is like 8,000.
Yeah.
But
then also you run into issues with like sporting events, like scheduling those things. And I think that also comes into play where like, oh, if the Raptors are like, or any sporting event is going to happen at that arena, you might just have to do history because that's the only option available for you. Yeah. So there is also, we're running into a lot of those issues, I think, in our city.
We just need more venues and not a big stadium that is like, an hour away that is the same name as another stadium. We don't need more of those. We need like new concert venues. Speaking of concert venues and the Great Canadian Casino. So we had tickets to see Ava Max there.
Oh.
And that got canceled. And now it looks like Ava Max is pushing her album back again. That's what the streets are saying to like February.
Which Diamonds and Dance Floor was also pushed. And the album cover changed, right?
Yeah, the album cover. So like that was a whole thing because she had that album cover with like her biting the diamond, the close-up of her lip. People didn't like it. Her album got pushed, but vinyl was sent out apparently because it got pushed so quick to when the album was supposed to come out. And the album ended up leaking. And now the streets are saying she's pushing this album back again. And this album's supposed to be out in like a week and a half. Like it's out this month. And like vinyls are probably in warehouses. CDs are in warehouses. Stuff might even be getting shipped. And so I'm just wondering if we're going to have the exact same thing where her album's going to end up leaking, but it's going to get pushed to Feb. Like, that's so far.
Yeah.
Like, that's half a year.
But why? Do you think it's the label?
Apparently, she got new management or went through management changes, like, the week that she canceled the tour. So apparently that was a big factor in the tour being canceled. Again, this is all just what the internet says. Who knows? And so I guess it's just been sort of like a tumbleweed of like...
effects.
Yeah. Not tumbleweed. Tumbleweed because no one's been really caring. But yeah, I just like... I kind of feel like if she keeps doing this, that we're just going to forget about Ava Max, which is kind of a shame because I think she has so much potential. And like she's always on our radar. Like we're always talking about Ava Max. And the music is always good. But I just feel like she's not doing much with it.
I don't know if I would say the music is always good, but...
The music is mainly good. There's been some flops, but there's been bops.
Yeah, exactly.
And like we all know who Ava Max is. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So. And once the gays like you'll have a career.
Yeah, you'll have a sustainable career for a while. Yeah. But I'm just like, I kind of was excited for it because I thought there'd be some bops there for the summer. And she's very much like a summer girl. Like, I don't see me wanting, like, obviously I'll listen to Ava Max in Feb, but like.
Well, Diamonds and Dance Floor was January. It was cool.
Yeah, it was because it got pushed from like November.
But I do see it as like a winter album. I think there had like a lot of cool undertones.
Diamonds and Dance Floors was definitely more winter, but like the Don't Click Play, and like so far, I feel like it's been more summery.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, because she has a song, Wet Hot American Dream or something, right?
Yeah, Wet what hot American
Something like that?
something like that.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute.
I was gonna say, I do want to touch on KATSEYE at Lollapalooza.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Insane.
You're
I
obsessed.
love a girl group. That is no secret. I love a girl group. I was a big Fifth Harmony harmonizer. So to see KATSEYE take the stage and just like own that,
Right.
and like really be in their bag. They have the song called Mean Girls, and one of the lyrics is like, God bless the T girls and all the in-between girls. And to sing that to such a large audience is so impactful.
Is that the lyrics in the song as well?
That's the lyrics in the song. And it was written by Ryan, I forget his last name now, but he's like he's gay, he was written a bunch of pop music. He's like a really well-known writer. And he said that he tried to give that, like a bunch of artists wanted that song.
Right.
But all of them wanted to take out the lyric of the T girls. And he was like, no, like, you either take that lyric or you don't get the song.
Yeah.
Ryan Tranter, I think that's his name.
Justin.
Justin Tranter.
Yes,
oh my God,
yes.
sorry, Justin Tranter.
If you had said Justin, I would have known because he's an icon.
Right, Justin Tranter. So sorry. So Justin Tranter was selling the song to a bunch of people. They didn't want the T lyric, but KATSEYE was like, no, we'll take it. Right. And I think that's so impactful. It shows what kind of like, and granted they're Gen Z, but like just what kind of girls
100%.
they are, and like. There's also this viral moment of Manon and Lara, and like they were saying how like that day they're like, we want to shake it up, and so they had this like sexy moment, the two of them like kind of just like getting on top of each other, and you can tell the other girls are kind of like, what's happening? Hell? Yeah, but it went so viral because it's like spicy.
You know what? They seem to be very down to earth, which I quite like. Like so, we both use the PopTake Instagram account and like TikTok and stuff. So when I log in, I tend to get a lot of his stuff. So I've been getting so much KATSEYE stuff. So I got the video of like that girl dancing at Lollapalooza, and then they just like jump in, which I thought was so cute and just shows how like down to earth they are.
Yeah.
Like that,
where the fan was doing the gnarly dance, and then Megan and Lara jump in.
And then they just jump in and dance with them. I thought that was so cute. But then I also got another video of like, it looked like the one like girl. I don't know who they are. I'm sorry, but someone was changing or like getting ready or something. And she was, like,
Daniela was changing. She was bent over, and then she like Manon noticed the camera
and like went and like covered her. And I was just like, you know what? These all seem like girls. Like they're very happy to be like in a group together and like be working together and stuff.
Yeah, so and they even do a bunch of interviews where they were like, people want to pin us against each other, but like we're here for each other. And I think the other thing that's really healthy about them is it seems like they have friendships outside of the group too.
Right.
And I think with like Fifth Harmony and Little Mix, what happens is sometimes they run those groups to the ground where they don't have a life outside of that.
Right.
So they kind of end up hating the group members, where it's like, if you're friends with your group members, but then still have have connections with people outside, I think it's like a healthy balance of like,
yeah, and I also think like there's something a bit more different about this group versus like Fifth Harmony. Like they got put together on X Factor, and it was sort of like
manufactured.
Yeah, and it was sort of like that, like take it or leave it. Like this is your dream, and like you don't have to connect with these girls. You don't have to like. We're offering you this.
Yeah, where KATSEYE, they knew it was going to be a girl group.
Exactly. They went in with that like sort of intention. So I feel like there's more. Like the chemistry gets built as opposed to just being forced. Do you know what I mean?
I do agree. I think also with KATSEYE, everything they've been doing has always been the right move. Like I think when Gnarly dropped, people were like, "This is such an odd song for a girl group." But then it took a couple listens for me personally, and then it grew, and I was like, "This is the smartest thing." And then making Gabriella the next single, which was so different than Gnarly, it's just like the versatility is insane. I think. I can't wait to see
them blow up.
KATSEYE like become like Blackpink level stadiums.
Yeah, and I think that they're gonna get there.
As they should.
So obviously KATSEYE, they came from Netflix, that Dream Academy show. Have you seen Netflix's new music show, Building the Band?
No, I haven't. People have been trying to get me to watch it, which I should. I've just been busy.
You should. Okay, I have some like mixed feelings. So I watched it all. I kind of binged it over the course of like a couple of days because there's only like 8 episodes.
Okay.
And they're very like to the point. So it starts off like it's like 100 singers, and the point is that like they are all in room. It's kind of like Love Is Blind for music.
Right.
Like they are listening to other people sing, and then they can like pick if they want to be in their band, and then like if they have mutual connections. Then they can like talk to each other, and then eventually build a band. And then they get to finally see each other like on like reveal day, and then it's literally like Love Is Blind. Then they have time to like prepare and get to know each other as a band, and then like perform and stuff.
Okay.
So the show's done, and like I don't know if should I spoil it? Should I talk about like who won? Is that
Yeah,
is that too?
yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this this band called Frequency ended up winning.
Is this the three girls?
It's three girls,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
girl does like the thing on her, like the
Yeah,
paints
exactly.
her eyes.
Yeah, so those
I've
are the
seen
girls
this.
that ended up winning. No music yet, which is a little bit weird because like obviously this happened a while ago because Liam Payne is in it. But I'm so curious how these bands are gonna turn out because like two of the bands already started dropping music. Like there's this one band called Siren Society, and like they obviously didn't win, but they were like into the finals and stuff. And they dropped a song, and it's kind of cute. It's like a little bit like Flow / like I don't know if you listen to Say Now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Brick by
kind of
brick.
it's a little bit kind of in that world, but it's like still I feel like it still needs some work. Like I didn't love it. And then there's like another band called like Minutes Till Midnight, or no, Midnight Till Morning. And it's like four guys, and they're very much like the One Direction, and it's actually so like the music's pretty good. I'm actually surprised that I'm not like a One Direction like boy band kind of vibe, but it's like kind of got a bit of country elements, but like still, I feel like with boy bands they kind of touch on a lot of genres, but it's very cute. But how do you feel? Like, do you see these bands like lasting? Like, how do you feel whenever they do? Because like I find that whenever they do these shows and they like put bands together, like they don't last. And there was like this was also I didn't realize this, but international. Like there was a Canadian girl on it, and there's like people from I think like in the Midnight to Morning. I want to call them Minutes to Midnight. Midnight to Morning. One of the guys is from Australia, which is like kind of insane to think that like they've been sort of like trying to make this work for the past like year. You know what I mean? And like do stuff behind the scenes. But like, how do you see us getting like a bunch of new big groups out of this, or like not really?
Half and half. Like I think one of the things like with Fifth Harmony and Little Mix, I think people love watching a band form and like the behind the scenes, and like even with Popstar Academy, I think obviously with Dream Academy, people were voting for KATSEYE to be made, but people were voting based on their performances, not knowing much about the girls' personalities unless you kept them on social media. With Popstar Academy, because of the documentary, you got to like really know the girls and the whole journey. Right. So I feel like when you finally see the band, you kind of know what they went through to get there.
Right.
So I think that's where this show is great, because I think fans will ride or die for people that they feel they have a more of emotional documentary connection to. And that's why people were so ride or die for like One Direction, Fifth Harmony, Little Mix, because you were rooting for them so hard. But people tend to forget is that, you know, looking at X Factor, for example, Fifth Harmony wasn't the only group that they tried to put together. There was like a rap group that they tried to perform together. There was another boy band, like I think it was Elemental or something like that.
I do remember those guys. Yeah.
And then on the third season of X Factor USA, they tried to make a 3-girl group thing to kind of like another Fifth Harmony. And they were like the second eliminated, so like it did not last, and we never saw them again.
I actually completely forgot about those. I remember Elemental now. I feel like it's safe to say that every season they make a group. Right?
Yes, like they tried.
Right.
I think for the third season, like no group really. I mean, Alex and Sierra round one, but they broke up. But
like they didn't make them. But I feel like every season they're like
yes, it's like the gag. Like we're doing the One Direction thing. Yeah.
So,
but with this Netflix show, like I hope so. Like if only 2 survive the whole thing, I think that's still worth it. I think because Netflix is watched by so many people, I think so. My one worry is because this is a Netflix show, and this is also like something with Fifth Harmony and like a lot of groups, actually winning the competition sometimes isn't the best thing.
Yeah,
because the contract will be so horrible. And Lauren Haregi from Fifth Harmony had always said, read your contracts. And she, since day one, was like
an advocating
that like they were basically in this shitty contract. And so I do worry for people who win competition shows, because sometimes second place is better.
Yeah, I mean, like, so the winner got like $500,000 to like jumpstart their group, but I like the show had a kind of like a weird pacing because like it was so quick. Like it was like 8 episodes. Like you didn't like once they got out, I thought there would be more of like meeting the people and like getting like behind the scenes, like the bands working together. But there wasn't really a lot of that. Like whenever there was that, it was just like showing like the rehearsals and like, any like tension
Yeah.
like going up to the performance. But there wasn't, I thought there would be more like getting to know the people. Like kind of
feel
like
like
in Love is Blind, you like get to know the
Yeah.
people a lot more.
But I think that's very X Factor American Idol format, right? Like you don't really
Yeah.
get to full. It's not like
It's not like a reality series, but I
Yeah.
thought it would be like a little bit more of that, not just focus on the music.
Yeah.
And part of me wonders if they did cut out maybe some of like, they had to re-edit maybe because of like Liam Payne or something like that. Like maybe there were things that made the show shorter. I don't really know. Because I did feel the pacing was off. Like as soon as they became a band, it was like, okay, performance, go, 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 go.
Yeah, but that also was Fifth Harmony, Little Mix, One Direction, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like this was like the purpose of that show was to like build.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
So
fair.
I thought we would get more of that. We didn't. So, and also I don't know how old this is. Like this show could be like 2 years old for all I know. You know what I mean? But
Well, also Netflix has been trying to do a show like this because they also had Simon Cowell doing a show of this type, like to find a boy band, the next One Direction.
Okay.
And then they canceled it.
interesting.
So they've been trying to do a show like this.
I like the idea, and I like this idea of like focusing more on like the voice rather than the actual person. But we also know that doesn't always work. Like The Voice has been on for how many seasons, and how many people from The Voice do
Yeah.
you know? Like
Same with
Melanie
American
Martinez is
Idol.
the biggest, in my opinion, biggest thing to come out of The Voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And she wasn't even a winner.
No,
she was
same.
Just
Well,
again
same
on
with
there.
Like One Direction didn't win X
No,
Factor.
yeah. They were like third.
Yeah, and
second, third?
same with Fifth Harmony. They were
Yeah,
third.
they didn't
and
win either.
Little Mix actually did win.
Yes, that I do remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Leona Lewis. And I think
Leona
those are like kind of like the
Queen.
most
Where did
famous.
she go?
She's in the UK. She
But
does
like
things.
I think the last thing she did was like a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss her. She was actually she was great.
She's a vocalist, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. The Three Quincy girls, I think, will do great. I think they're probably going to be the ones most likely to do anything because they did have like obviously they won the money.
Yeah.
But I kind of get the vibe that the show was like, it was like low commitment, like just like, oh, you won, here's the money, like goodbye. Like I don't think Netflix will be following up on them if that makes sense.
Like giving them a
Like a
connecting them.
contract
Yeah.
or anything like that. Like I think it was very much like, this is the money for you guys to jumpstart your career, which is good and bad because like
Yeah.
you have a budget, but also you have like no direction. But
No
that's
Direction.
no direction.
The new band.
That's hilarious.
I want to say it is. Girl groups are making such a comeback right now,
Yes.
and I think it's so beautiful because there's
Yes.
Frequency, Flow, KATSEYE,
Mm-hmm.
what's that one? Brick by Brick.
Say now.
Say Now.
Yep.
Like we're just seeing a renaissance of girl groups. Thank God, because after Fifth Harmony and Little Mix broke up, I was a little like, damn.
We
like,
had a moment where like we
It
had
was
I think, like,
dry.
a year where like Flo was really the only girl group that was doing
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and I love
Which,
Flow.
yeah, Flo's great, but like I kind of miss that like the Pussycat Dolls vibe. Like,
Yeah.
a real like sexy, slutty. Like we're here for making pop music. Like I think we're getting back to that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think all girl groups need to be like that.
No,
I think if we have a couple that are doing that.
Yeah, because I think
we're
Flow
good.
and Frequency and Say Now are like vocal kind of
Yes, yeah.
groups. Where I think KATSEYE, I mean, granted, like some of the girls are like not of age, so I don't think they're like sexy, but they're definitely like performers.
I also didn't know that. I assumed that they were like all adults.
I want to say her name's Yuchen, but she's like not of age yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like they are. I think they're more of a performance group, but I don't think maybe with time they'll get to that Pussycat Dolls Fifth Harmony level, which also, actually, that's another critique I need to say. And I'm looking at this, if you were Simon Cowell or you worked at Psycho, this message is for you. They sexualized the hell out of Fifth Harmony when those girls were damn underage. And I was eating it up as a younger person because I was like, yeah, we're young, but they had Camila Cabello singing, I don't like it too soft, I like it a little rough. And she was fucking 16.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Now that I'm an adult,
Icky.
I'm like, this is crazy. And the whole record label was like, yeah, let it happen. So I'm standing on business right now, and I want to direct to Simon Cowell that was not okay.
I want like an adult girl. Like the Pussycat Dolls, it gave me exactly what I
Yes.
needed. And actually it's so funny because when we were on the Building the Band show, there's this one girl who like is giving like Christina Aguilera vibes. Like she has like long blonde hair. She can sing. She's beautiful. She looks like she would be like a pop star. And she very much goes into it being like, I want to build a band to be my backup dancers. Like it's very
okay.
she is very much like, I'm the lead singer and I'm building a band for me. And everybody else is kind of like there to build a band. You know what I mean? So there was like so much drama, but I actually I think her name was Christina. I don't remember what her name was. It was like something like that. But I hope that she does become a pop star because she will give us like she kind of sounds like Ariana Grande. Like she can hit the whistle notes.
Wow.
But she like looks like Christina Aguilera. She's just like ready to be a pop star. And while like I kind of hated her in the show because I'm like, girl, why are you here? Like, no, like you're not gonna come on a show to build a band and like find people who are willing to be your backup dancers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I actually kind of do hope that she does find something from this because I think she could be like
the exposure is worth it.
Yeah, she could be like a next big pop star. Like,
well, even like think of Adela. I mean, obviously Adela was training to be in KATSEYE, but then she got eliminated. But one of the critiques she got was like she's such a lot. I think the people were saying like we just see you as a solo artist,
100%.
And I think her solo music so far has been incredible.
And you know what? I think there was a moment after that happened when she started because she dropped music right away. Like the show was done and she was like, I'm capitalizing on this, which is great. But I think there was a moment where like after because KATSEYE released Touch like shortly after the show, right?
Well, they had their first song was Debut, and then it was Touch.
But like I think at that point there was a moment where like it seemed like Adele was gonna be like skyrocket and KATSEYE was just gonna like
no,
Touch did well,
agree.
but it wasn't like it did TikTok well, but like I felt like I was seeing a lot more about Adele and like the first couple songs she dropped. But like obviously KATSEYE now is like
I think we just have different
global.
algorithms.
Maybe we do have different.
But I mean, like both are successful. Yeah. And I will say it was so nice because Adela and Emily, who trained to be in KATSEYE but unfortunately didn't make it, were seen in the audience for Lollapalooza watching KATSEYE. And I like that the girls are still like friends because like they spent like 2 years training together, right?
They find people in that audience. There was like 1 million people in that audience.
But like, do you never like if you're ever at a festival? Like, I'm always like, I was like, maybe my future husband's here, so I just do like a quick
when I'm at a festival,
180.
I'm looking.
Well, before the show starts, you like I take a look around, like who's around me.
Do they have like a VIP and then like a VIP section?
Probably.
Like, so many people there.
Probably, but then like the video we were just talking about, like the two KATSEYE girls saw a fan doing the dance and like ran up to her. So like I think it's just like just like Osheaga, it's an open field.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
That's
right?
fair. That's fair. No, it was. I saw those videos of like how many people were there, and I was like, I already felt claustrophobic-ish in like all the people that were there at Osheaga, so that I can't even imagine like you would die because how would you pee if you were in those big crowds?
I know. I have the worst bladder, and being in a crowd like that is.
Can you even leave? Like
no,
because we were stuck at the front somewhere. Oh, Dochi, yeah, we were like at the front, and we were gonna try and sneak out early to just like beat the rush of people leaving. And that
you're in there.
That didn't happen. We were just like, we can't leave. And that was like half the size or a quarter of the size of the crowd at like Lollapalooza. So
I was also like in a pit recently for a show, and these two girls started pushing each other, and like they started like kind of fighting, and I was with a friend, and I was like, I do not want to be around here. But then it was kind of like, well, I'm fucking stuck here. So I was like, if there's a fight breaks out, like I'm gonna be in the fire.
There's a fight that broke out at Flow. I don't know if you remember that as well.
Oh yeah, because a person tried to cut
in line. Yeah, and we were just like, well, but what? I'm here. And I was also very much like trying not to hear it, even though it's like in our ears, like yelling. I'm just like,
pretending it doesn't exist.
I'm just looking forward.
Yeah.
The people are very angry at concerts when people try to butt in line, which is fair. If you waited like 12 hours to be there to get a good seat, like you're not gonna cut in line, baby. Sorry about it.
Do we want to talk about? I think an interesting thing that kind of gets me annoyed when TV shows get canceled before, like we get a proper ending. Like, I'll start. So the iCarly TV show reboot ended on such a cliffhanger, and you
told me this. I think someone's. Dad?
So no,
Mom?
iCarly's mom. We didn't even know she existed. Like we know she had a dad, but then Carly is getting married. Basically, like the ending, Freddie and Carly like are about to get married, and then the mom walks in, but you don't see the mom. You just see Carly go, "Mom," and then the audience is like, and then it cuts, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna obviously. I think they were like, well, we're obviously gonna get another season because we got to finish the story, and then Paramount canceled it. And so, but now there's talks that like there's gonna be a movie to wrap it up,
okay.
which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why would you cancel it? Like, give the fans a proper ending. Same thing with How I Met Your Father.
I was about to say, remember how distraught you were? You had to leave a party.
We were at the club.
You went home from the party we were at.
Yeah, we were at
so mad.
a club, and I opened Twitter, and it was like, How I Met Your Father has been canceled,
times.
and I was so upset. I fucking left the club.
You did.
And
we were going to Woody's, I think, after, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
we were at that new place.
We were at the dance party, and then you guys were going out, and I was like, nah, like, this killed the
He
vibe
was
for me.
actually so
How
mad.
are you going to call a show How I Met Your Father and not tell me who the fucking father is?
Yeah.
And I already know who the father is because the writers have told me, but I was like, I don't care. I want to see it. I want to see it happen.
So I think there's a show on Apple, I think Mythic Quest is what it's called.
Okay.
And it just got canceled recently, and they recut the last episode to like to close it up.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know if they had like shot extra stuff or
Just
if they
in
just
case.
took out the cliffhangers or like whatnot, but they closed that up, which I think is really nice. I think that shows should go into that a little bit more, like not necessarily filming backups, but like, do you know what I mean? I got like maybe it's just a slight recutting because I watched this show on Disney called The Other Black Girl, and I actually thought it was a 1-season miniseries. So I went into it fully being like, I got this zero commitment thing, whatever. It's based off a book, great. Start watching it, love it, binge it, everything. Then the last goddamn minute, they throw in a cliffhanger. And I'm like, oh, I thought that this was a 1-season show. Like,
Wait a minute.
I thought, yeah, I'm like, wait. I go online. They decided to throw in this like cliffhanger that was not in the book. They rewrote the ending. The show got canceled. So like they took what was supposed to be a miniseries and then made it into, they were trying to get a second season out of it. And it didn't do well. And now I'm like stuck with this cliffhanger. And I'm like, why the fuck did you guys do this? And like also, you could literally recut that last minute out of it and just, it's a 1-season show and it's done. Like it's literally like,
yeah, but people don't know if they're going to get renewed until like after the show's out.
yeah, but they should just go back and cut that out and just like sell it as a miniseries. Like put it online as a miniseries because I don't understand. Like even another slight like tangent from this, but I started watching Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm familiar with the name.
So like this show went through so many like, I think there was like strikes and like the show, like a bunch of stuff that happened that like the network ended up like airing the episodes in the wrong order because they were trying to get people to pay attention. So like literally we were on, I think it's Hulu or like Disney Hulu, watching it, and like we're on like the middle of season 2, and she's like, the episode starts playing and she like says a comment about like, oh yeah, I just got to go I'm working at the cafe today or something. And I was like, what? Like she hasn't worked at the cafe in like half a season. What's going on? And then she said something else in that episode, and then I was just like, wait, what? What's going on? Like this does not make sense in the story. And I pause it and I go search, and basically like they had filmed season 1 already, and because the network tried to like reorganize the episodes, there was literally episodes that they didn't air from season 1, so they just put them randomly in season 2. And it just makes like no sense and no context when you're watching the show. And so when Netflix,
Is it like episodic? Like where
It's
you
like
could
a
just
comedy, but
kind of like
like-
Friends, where you could just like watch an episode.
kind of, but
Okay.
like she like loses her job and then works at a cafe and then like is like dating a guy. So there's like things that like
Right, a
are
plot,
in it
so-
that like need to make sense. And I guess the network just thought people wouldn't pick up on it. But like she literally talks about going to work at the cafe. She doesn't work at the cafe anymore. Like, and I was so shocked that like it's back on, like it's on Disney right now and they didn't reorganize it, because I guess when Netflix bought it for like a couple years, it was on Netflix, they reorganized it and they like put it through in the order you're actually supposed to watch it in. So someone, bless the person at Netflix, that literally like went through all the episodes and is like, this should be here and like this should be here.
That's smart, yeah.
But like, that, like, why don't more places do that? Like, you got the show, like, cut out the last minute. Now it's just a mini series, and you don't have to leave me on like a cliffhanger and like upset that like I
Yeah.
wasted my time. Like the other girl was such a good show, but I felt like I wasted my time at the end of it because now I just know that it didn't end, even though it was like a 1 minute thing. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Stop. Netflix, y'all need to tell me if this show doesn't end, like before I commit to it.
Should be like a little disclaimer.
I hate committing to something and then it's like surprise, especially if it's like they add something new and it's already been canceled and never finished. But like they did that with like that airplane one on Netflix, remember? There was like a 1 season show that Netflix bought that like 1 season got canceled from like network TV. And then it did so well, Netflix did like a second and third season.
Oh, nice.
And now it's like an actual like Netflix show.
original. Oh.
And they've done that a couple times where they buy something and like they try and see if,
Well, they bought the rights to Sailor Moon.
well, maybe they'll add another season or two
Yeah.
for you. Manifest, that's what it was called. Manifest. It was like a plane disappears and then shows up again like 5 years later or something like that.
Oh.
But they end up designing like or ordering like season 2 and 3 because people liked it so much. But I know that they do that with intention. But sometimes I'm just like, I feel cheated knowing that y'all bought this 5-year-old show that was not going to finish, and I've dedicated 10 hours to this. My time is very precious these days.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about Osheaga and the time we
Do you want to
spent?
talk about Osheaga?
We went to Osheaga. We got sick because someone was sick, and I shared a bed with that someone, and then I got sick.
I think it was like a body tired sick.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't slept in like 2 days. Like leading up to Osheaga, like
It's go, go, go.
it was like we had so much to do. The night that we left, like we were leaving at 5 a.m. I started packing at midnight. I finished at 2 because I had so much stuff to do. We didn't
whose
sleep on
fault
the
is
way
that?
there. It's the fault of being an entrepreneur in the city. That's the fault.
So
it's
wait,
the city.
you want to know something so funny? And I've been using this recently. Someone was like, one of my friends, we were talking about how like if you freelance or you work for yourself, call yourself a CEO.
Oh yeah, I am a CEO.
Because like it just makes you sound so like what do you
Actually-
do? I'm a CEO.
Actually, I do have a story about this, and it is a good and bad thing. I have myself listed CEO on my LinkedIn, like for the business, but I get so many emails and so much spam from people thinking I have like a big company and wanting to like sell me on like services and wanting to sell me on like I get emails daily that's like, Hugo, being a CEO is hard. You should try this software for like shipping and logistics. And I'm like, girl,
I don't do that.
I don't do any of that
I
stuff.
just make silly
but
videos.
I get hounded. So like, yes.
We know you get pounded.
You can hounded.
Oh,
Hounded. Thank you very much.
whoops. Make
I
sure
get
the subtitles say.
I get hounded. But yes, being a CEO is very, very fun.
Osheaga.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know if you took your medication. Or,
I did
don't know.
take my meds
Maybe
this
I just
morning.
like I'm running on low sleep, but we have been jumping.
Yeah, I took my ADHD meds this morning, but I'm like,
I'm all over.
go.
Sorry. Okay, so Osheaga, one of the first of all, the Osheaga team was so lovely to
Oh my God,
us.
they could not have asked for like a better like team to introduce us to like a big festival like that
Yeah.
and like what we have to do and like work. It was great.
It was huge, and we arrived, and their team like met us at the gates, walked us through the whole grounds because they knew it was our first time there, and just kind of explained how the festival works, a little bit of some of like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And they were so lovely, and like we've worked a lot of events.
That we just get thrown into.
You just kind of get thrown into the fire, and like you got to learn on the spot.
Yes. And for context, we were working Osheaga.
Yeah,
Like we were
we
there.
did
So like if
some
you just go
press.
and buy tickets,
No,
no one's
true.
gonna show you around.
That is so true. Sorry, yeah, we were working, so there is a different context here.
yeah.
But like having gone to a couple music festivals, I thought Osheaga was so well done,
Yeah.
and there was just such a joy in the air. There's something about music festivals that like my favorite thing, and I think we kind of don't get that in the big city like that we live in of Toronto, is like walking around just like smiling at strangers. It's such a suburb thing to do.
It is.
But I know that like that magic gets captured in music festivals. and just like walking by strangers. Obviously, people are high, they're drunk, or they're listening to music. But like, there's just such a joy. Like everyone wants to be there. No one's dragged to a music festival. You know what I mean? And it was. I think Osheaga is the best Canadian music festival I have gone to this date.
100%. I think what really brought what you're saying, like that joy out is like, unlike, and I'm not shitting on any other festivals right now, but people were there for a purpose in terms of like, they were there to see an artist, they were there to like enjoy music they love, where like, there's a lot of like EDM festivals and dance festivals where people are just there to like party and like be with their friends and like they have zero care about the lineup. But like if you were there, like there was someone that drew you to being there. Like there was an artist. So like people were very, very just like excited, happy. People were freaking out when like, their favorite artist came on. Like just the energy was like, it was amazing. Like I just, throughout it, like you would run into people and you would meet people and you would start talking. Like we were there for 5 minutes before those group of girls started talking to us that were from Toronto.
They were so sweet.
And like
we were in the crowd the one time and the one girl was like, I'm from Toronto. And we were like, oh,
that one girl in front of us, Dochi, she was great. Like everyone just connected over the music, which I think was really great and just made the festival like overall great vibes.
Another thing that I really loved about Osheaga is the diversity in music. There was an EDM electronic stage, there was a rap artist, there was country artists, there was pop artists. It was so wide range, and I think that's like, because we have country music festivals, you have EDM festivals.
We have a lot of like specifics.
And like Osheaga doesn't really have a genre, I felt.
It's just like,
it's just music.
It's just good music.
Like you could say pop music, but like
it's
necessarily.
Like pop and pop adjacent, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's
Shabuzi was there, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That was like more
pop country.
I
guess.
Yeah, I think it obviously does lean more on like the pop, just because it's so open. Like it's not specific to like a genre, but like I think there was a bit of everything there. There was something for everyone, which is great. Like the Killers performed, Gracie Abrams, Olivia Rodrigo, BB No Money.
I cried at Olivia Rodrigo.
Doechii.
One thing about Olivia, I felt so bad for Hugo. So I've never seen Olivia Rodrigo. She's like one of my top artists. And she has a song called Enough for You. And I was not expecting her to perform it because it's like a kind of a sadder song. It's not one of her biggest hits. She was like, I'm about to play one of my favorite songs. This is the song, like one of my proudest songs. And she starts performing Enough for You. I screamed. It's literally me and these tween girls, in this pit. And like these two dads and Hugo. And I scream and the two dads look at me and I'm just like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, don't look at me like I'm a tween girl right now. But it was so great. And I cried a little bit to the point that I made Hugo film it because I wanted to keep the memory of the song, but I wanted to enjoy the song in the moment. So
you know what? I let you have your moment, and I was your parent that day.
It was great.
It was a lot of tweens with their parents, and I was yours. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you think we need to have virtual IDs?
Yes.
Because the other day,
yes.
Yeah, we went to a concert. So Machine Gun Kelly was doing a concert in Toronto, and I usually keep my ID in the back of my phone. And because we were at Osheaga and I kept taking my phone out to use my portable battery, I took my ID and put it in my wallet, and I forgot I did that. So when we got to the concert, I didn't have my ID. And the guy didn't let me in. I did not go to the concert. By the time I got home and like had to find my ID, like I couldn't go back. But I feel like in this day and age, we should have some sort of like we have Apple Wallet, like Apple ID, like there should be some sort of like virtual, like proof of age.
Also, the other thing about, and this is no shade to that bouncer, but like if you have a photo of your ID, also do not look 18, respectfully. Respectfully. It just was giving like power trip a little bit. And I'm like, well, I can understand like, yes, obviously you want to make sure people are of age. One, we weren't even going to drink, really. No. Two, I do think we need virtual, like something on the phone, because even think about like, if I'm out and about, like most times I'm not bringing my ID if I go see friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
which you're supposed to, but like whatever.
No, but like I'm like, that's just an extra thing now to carry. But I think like our phones have become our IDs. Like I feel like if someone gets hit by a car, the first thing they're gonna do is like try to find your phone to like contact someone or something, right? So your ID should be linked to, like, I can get the logistics of like if your phone's stolen, someone can steal your ID, like I get that. But if my wallet's stolen too.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like the ID thing being sort of like having to have some sort of like protection before anyone can access it kind of thing. Like you can only access it by like with your Face ID to like get
Yeah.
access to your ID
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like
yeah.
something like that. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like even me, like, if it's for proof of identity and proof of age, like I could pull up my Instagram and you could see that that's me, and I could show you a birthday post that says I'm 30 something years old. You know what I mean? With it,
I don't, yeah, I think
my
a picture,
ID,
a
but,
picture
like-
of your ID should work. I think that's ridiculous when people are like, no, we need the physical card. It's like, what do you mean you need
Yeah,
a physical
like,
card?
but-
I think it's a power trip personally. Because like, what, you think I can get like photoshopping, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
but obviously, respectfully, you don't look 18.
No, I think like for me, I like want to know, like, is the bouncer want to confirm my age or do they want to confirm my identity? Do you know what I mean? Like what do they care so much about? Because
Yeah.
like looking at me, you can confirm my age. Like there's no world, like survey 100 people, no one's gonna say I'm 18.
Yeah.
Like there's no world where anyone thinks that.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm upset that I missed out on Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. And if we can pay with things
but-
with our phone, I think you should be able to have like a form of identity.
I think so. Yeah, I
on
think
your
some
phone.
form of ID on phones you would think would exist by
Yeah,
now.
and even like I'll admit, there's so many times I'll get in the car and I run an errand and I'm like, oh shit,
I don't have my
I
wallet.
don't have my ID
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
Because when I visit my parents, like previously when I was driving a lot more, I would just keep my ID in the glove
Right,
compartment.
right.
But then now that I don't, when
You
I
don't
do
drive in
visit,
Toronto,
I don't
yeah.
drive all the time. So when I visit and I take the car briefly, I'm like, oh my god, wait.
Well, and I think for me the thing is like wallets historically are like I keep my ID and money in there, and I don't need my money anymore because no one takes cash. So I don't carry my bulky wallet. It's just
Yeah.
like one more thing to lose. You know what I mean? Like one less
Yeah.
thing to carry. That's my, and I usually keep it in the back. So that was on me for taking it out and like not remembering that it was in there.
Yeah, but petition to get virtual IDs.
Yes, I think we should do
Stat.
that. I feel like China has something and like people have complained about it because it's very like intrusive, but I think it's more of like it's like in your phone and in your stuff, and like it's more of like an app. I think this is like I just want a virtual version of my ID, like the same way I
Yeah.
have a virtual Apple card. So
Yeah.
that's all I want. But I do understand the potential implications that come with that. But let's work on that, guys. It's 2025.
Or just accept a picture of someone's ID. Because I literally have a photo of my passport, health card, and ID that I show people because I'm like, this is 3 pieces of identity to prove.
I have used that before when I forgot my ID at somewhere, and then I have friends who do the same thing, like have a picture of their ID, and it's never been an issue. This bouncer specifically was not having it. But it is what it is. I guess he was worried about fake content because there's so much fake content out there. There's so many things that are photoshopped.
And
And
AI, I guess.
yeah, and we're always getting scammed now with the internet and the AI. Recently, there was some fake content I saw. I mean, that we talked about, and we talked about JoJo Siwa and Rita Ora opening for her, which was apparently not a real poster. There's also this fake Hannah Montana trailer that was floating around.
Yeah, it was on Twitter. Someone like did like a fake teaser for the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana, and it's blown up. Like it's been in multiple group chats of mine. A family member reposted it.
Someone
and, like,
sent it to me.
I'm having to break people's hearts and be like,
Yeah.
this is just a fan made trailer. Like it's not confirmed. It's not real.
With AI, it's now like so easy to do these things, which is crazy. And also just like sometimes people do make, like someone made that fake poster and we ran with it because I saw it, like we searched it online and other people were running with it. So we're like, hey, this is real. There's apparently like Jack Antonoff is producing the newest Wicked
Which
soundtrack.
I don't know if that's real or not.
Yeah,
but-
like it's so easy to spread news on the internet now.
Well,
and
even
then
think
you've got
about like Pop Crave
Pop
and then
Crave
there's
and Poo Crave,
Crave,
which is just like parody.
and you're just like, what's real, what's not real? Like it is getting really hard to tell what information to believe. And even like, I'll use all these Fifth Harmony reunion things. I'm like,
Well,
is it real? Is it not real? Like
all it takes is
who keeps confirming these things?
Well, all it takes is Camila Cabello to post some sort of TikTok of her like remembering when I was in a girl group.
Well, she
something.
did,
I know, but that's the thing.
twice.
Like she posted those, and that's enough for people to run with like, there's a reunion. You know what I
Right,
mean? And then
yeah.
it's like Pop Crave posts reunion reportedly because they saw one TikTok, and then now it's like a thing.
Yeah.
So I understand there's so many things on the internet, but we just need to just only post what's real.
Please.
So, and speaking about what's real, my birthday's coming up, and it is very real. So we will not be here.
Turning 18.
Yeah, exactly. We will not be here next week, maybe the week after. So enjoy these clips in the meantime. Listen to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts or wherever you watch podcasts. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube,
The whole
Instagram, TikTok, all of it. And we will be back in a couple weeks.
Bye.